right, let's do a message for Aries or Aries cross-watcher. I guess I'm going to... Well, should I set a timer? I don't know. Sometimes I like timers, sometimes I don't. I don't know. Intuitively, something says don't set the timer. I don't know why. So I'm not going to set the timer. We're just going to wing it and go for it. And whatever we get is what we get. Here we go. Let's see what we have for Aries or Aries cross-watcher. I'm trying to think of the layout I should do. I don't know, but one thing for sure, this is way too bright. Let's see. Oh yeah. I like that better. Okay. Are you afraid of the dark is what I'm hearing. You guys used to watch that when you were younger or ever heard of it? Are you afraid of the dark? I always talk about darkness, but it's kind of important. In fact, I believe in Isaiah, let's see, Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45, verse 3, talks about darkness. And I will give thee treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which call thee by thy name, am the God of Israel. Treasures of darkness. Kind of like when Joseph Campbell, I've talked about this before, but when he talks about the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Maybe there's something here to do with that. Like someone, maybe a dark moment for someone, whether it's for you or for another, I'm picking up on here, is actually revealing some true treasures, or at least has the potential to reveal to the individual the true treasures within it, if they can maybe see or change their perspective or be open. First card, exactly. Yeah, it kind of goes right along with it. 8 of Swords. Judgment in reverse. Somebody's not seeing the treasure, which could be what? Knowledge. A lesson learned. Because this would be learning a lesson. In reverse, it's not. Because someone is not seeing the treasure in a decision that has been made. Someone is not, maybe a decision you've made, or something like that. An act you've taken, something. They're not seeing the... maybe the lesson. And the reason they're not is because they are in fear. They're stuck in their head. They're worrying. They're allowing another side of them to take over. That's a different type of darkness. This is how they're feeling. Somebody's feeling like maybe you've left them out in the cold. You've abandoned them. You don't care. You neglected them, or the connection, or something like that. 9 of Pentacles in reverse is you, and Strength in reverse. This all has to do with really how somebody not only sees themselves, but how they handle possibly abandonment. 4 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. This is about someone who feels probably abandoned by you, unless it's reversed, and this is someone who has abandoned you in the past or neglected you or something like that. Or you felt neglected or abandoned by someone. It could be reversed. But the way this is laying out, so I don't get confused, is in the way someone is feeling is hurt. They feel hurt. It's all they can think about. They feel stuck in this mindset too. She's kind of wrapped up in these, whatever they are. She's bound. but only by her mind, right? Her or him, whoever this is. It's a woman in the card, but it can be anybody. Experiencing a lot of fear, even if they don't know that's what that is. It's fear, it's anxiety, restlessness, maybe even. They may want to talk about what they're feeling or how they were, they may want to talk about how they're feeling or how a decision that you made affected them. But maybe they feel as if they can't get it out, or, you're being cold towards them, or there's no closure or something. I don't know. It could be that. They may even feel like you're punishing them for something, because the Eight of Swords can also be seen as a card of someone who believes they're being punished for something. Whether or not they are, I don't know. But can also be someone who, they've got some of their own issues. We all do. But they have issues that they're not facing. And whatever choice that you have made, whatever decision you've recently made, it was big because it's judgment. It has not set well with this person. It's still currently not sitting well with this person, and it is fucking with them. Okay? Now, if you made a decision intentionally to hurt someone, that's not this message. This is about a decision that you had to make that someone is not agreeing with. They do not at all agree with, and they feel that you are in the wrong. Could have even been a snap judgment or a snap decision. I think somebody's blaming you. Judgment in reverse is a card of blame. I think whether they're actively, like, verbally telling you, you hurt me, or you abandoned me, you neglected me, you're a piece of shit, like the way you went about something was fucked up and wrong, or they're just thinking that, or maybe they're telling everyone else. This is the energy that someone is in. Aries, bad and wrong for that. You're fucked up for that, is what I'm hearing. But I am not. Right? This is how, what they're feeling. They feel as if there's nothing they can do because you've already made a decision. Because, with this card, this is someone who's like, there's really nothing I can do. I can't do shit about it. I think that's also bothering a person. They're backed into a corner. At least they feel they're backed into a corner. Why is this person the Eight of Swords? Kind of feeling like something is hopeless here between the two of you. I don't think someone has positive thoughts about you. I don't know how they're coming off, but I don't think that they feel positive about you. I think that they have negative feelings towards you, but really what it stems down to is it looks like they have negative issues with themselves. They definitely have issues with abandonment that maybe they've thought they've healed, but this is proof that it's still there. It still heavily affects them. I'm not sure what happened here and why you just made a decision that you made or took an action that you took, but you're two individual people on this planet. You have the right to make your decisions just as they have the right to make their decisions. Whatever it is, it's already over with. You've already made the decision, and it's just that they don't agree with it. But they're not you. They're not on your path. They are not living your life, and they may have different karmic lessons here than you do. So, but it's something that, it also has to do with control. I don't know if they know that or notice that about it, the situation. It has to do with control. They don't like feeling helpless or hopeless, like they have no control of the situation, because perhaps at different times of their life that has also occurred. And so it's like a trigger. I feel like you've triggered somebody, and unintentionally, unless you did it intentionally, that's different. But I feel like you've triggered someone, and or something you've done has triggered somebody. This can mean a lot of things. Eight of Pentacles. I think this is somebody, Aries, who, Two of Cups in reverse, but with the Eight of Pentacles. And this is a very specific Eight of Pentacles. That's like a statue or something like that that's been kind of carved out to be together. But then the Two of Cups in reverse kind of tells me somebody was not, or maybe even still is not in the same energy as you. Like, they truly feel that, you know, this can be worked through or worked on or something like that. But I don't know if this situation has anything to do with working something through or working on something. It's not that. This feels more individual to me. Like, they need to work on them and you need to work on you. But I think this message is about a we on their part, and on your part, it's about a me. Which it may translate to them as selfish. I don't know. Either way, they're not happy with you. They're not. I don't know how they're acting or treating you at this point if y'all are in communication, because by the looks of it, you're not, with that Four of Cups. They feel rejected too. Maybe that's also a trigger, either abandonment or rejection or loss of control. Three of Swords, yeah. I'm hearing like, don't you see I love you? Don't you see I love you? I don't know if this has any, now listen, some of you may be like, this person doesn't love me, they're crazy. That's for a different group of Aries. For this group of Aries, like maybe some of you think a person's delusional and maybe even like clingy or won't let go. That would be like if you're dealing with a difficult ex or something perhaps. But for the ones who are resonating with this one, someone may be feeling like, don't you see I love you, I'm willing to work on this. Like, but that's not the point here. I don't even know what the point is. I'm not seeing it. It's not giving a point. That could also be the problem. Like, what's the point? It's just sometimes there is no point. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune happens, and on the flip of a dime, shit can change. That's life. It's about adapting. That's actually what a high IQ is. Somebody who has the ability to adapt quickly to circumstances and situations. Like, I've talked about this so many times, but I always think of the scene from Men in Black with Will Smith. And when he is shooting, you know, if you've seen Men in Black, you know what I'm talking about, where he's I think he's like trying out to be part of the Men in Black. I don't know. Don't hold me on. It's been a long time. But he, he goes in there and he's just wearing like a jacket, like an orangish red jacket. And he's going against these military guys who are in their uniforms. And they're all put in this room with guns to shoot at these targets, which are aliens. Okay. And they're going through these tests. They're taking like written tests. They're taking all these tests. And he's clearly not cut out for the job. I mean, he's not trained. He's not in order. He's actually very disorganized. He doesn't fit the part. He doesn't look the part. You know, he's not at all. He doesn't fit. And it's clear to see. But that's part of the fucking movie. And that's part of the point. So he gets in there and they cut off the lights and they're strobing the lights, actually. So it's like, you know, it's doing all kinds of things. And everybody's shooting, okay, except for Will Smith. He's not shooting. He's just kind of looking around like, is he stumped or is he taking it all in? I don't know. But anyway, he eventually shoots. He just shoots one shot. They turn on the lights. This man who's kind of giving them all the tests comes in. His name is Kay. And he's like, what are you doing? Can you tell me why little Tiffany felt the need that little Tiffany deserved to get shot in the head? It was like a cutout little girl. Cutout of a little girl, a target. And he was like, well, she has those books in her hand. He was like, that's weird. He's like, this alien looks fine. This alien looks fine. I mean, he may look like he's snarling, but what if he's sneezing? He's got that tissue in his hand. He's like, and this little girl, he's like, why is she out here in the middle of the night? She's got quantum physics books in her hand. He's like, I'm saying she's about to start some shit, Zed. And I'd appreciate it if you get up off my ass about it a little bit. And just along those lines, not to go back into the whole spiel, which I basically just did, but he got the job because of that, because he had the ability to quickly adapt and to assess a situation properly. Sometimes you get a call to do something and you don't know why. But something's telling you. Maybe a few things you know why. Maybe you don't. But maybe a couple of things you're like, okay, I know why I'm called to do this. Sometimes you find out later on, you're like, oh, like you make a decision that something told you to just do it, right? And then later on, you're like, okay, I figured out why I was called to do that, or go that place, or answer that phone call, or, walk into that building, apply for that job, or quit that job, or move to this town or city, or buy that particular car, or something like that. I will find out eventually. But sometimes we don't have the answers up front. We just have to move. And I think that's what happened here with this Wheel of Fortune. It looks like several factors came into play with some sort of change that you've made. It just felt like destiny or fate, or like you're being called to do something, or you were called to do something very specific, and thus made a decision. If this hasn't happened yet, you will be making a decision, if I could fucking talk, that somebody's not going to agree with. They are not going to agree with at all. They feel like it's something else. You're hiding something, or how long were you hiding this? Or how long were you planning this, is what I'm getting from the moon. But it's all stemming from what? What else does the moon represent? Fear. Because their subconscious, which is what that is telling them it's got to be something else. It's always something else. That anytime someone's done this to me before, it's been something else. They've always been hiding something else. They're kind of comparing you, even though they're not realizing it. They're kind of deep down internally, yes, they are. They're comparing you to what people have done to them before. It's actually, there's a lot to learn here. There's a lot to see here, but they're not at this time. That doesn't mean they won't. This person could just be grieving. When people grieve in different ways, and we can grieve someone who dies, we can grieve a broken heart, we can grieve so many things. We can grieve our pets, we can grieve our homes, we can grieve so many things. This person, I believe, is grieving. Now, for the group of you who are watching that are like, no, the person's not grieving, they're literally fucking insane, because the Eight of Swords can be someone who has psychological issues. That's also what that card can mean. I'm going to leave that out because that's not what I'm seeing in this message. But for those of you that's the case, maybe the person isn't grieving. Maybe they are obsessed with you in some way. But for the ones that I see in this message, I think the person's grieving. And we can have understanding about that. And I think they're also grieving because there's a lot they need to see about themselves still. And hell, maybe some of you got called to make a decision and it wasn't even for anything on your path. You may not even know why you just did something you did. Why you just made a decision that you made. You may deep down not know. Now, a lot of you, I feel like you do. But if you don't, and you're like, I don't know why, something just told me to, this individual, it could be for them. To see how they would respond, to see how they would act. Maybe they think they love you and then they start going crazy, or they start trying to hurt you or bash you in some way, make you look a certain way. Then that's proof, you know what I mean? That's proof to them, if they even see it, that there's some work to still be done there. You never know. Three of Swords. I mean, this could make you stronger, or for those of you where it's a calling of your own, it might not make the two of you stronger, but it has the potential, if we are open enough, on an individual basis to make us stronger. My stomach's growling because I haven't eaten yet. So if you hear that, it's not an animal, it's my stomach. Why is Judgment here in reverse? Like, they're pissed. Somebody's mad. They're very mad, and they want to know why. They're saying they love you. They genuinely believe that they love you. But it's not really a message about do they love you. It's a message about do they love them. Do they accept them? It's a message to them about not neglecting themselves. Their needs, their wants, their dreams, their desires, their heart, their health even. They don't feel good about themselves. This person has low self-esteem. I think a lot of us do, though. I mean, not everybody. Some people don't have low self-esteem. And I mean, you don't want people to have low self-esteem, but I think everybody has some type of lower self-esteem, like insecurities, But strength in reverse, that's a lot. Like, that's, This is somebody who may not believe in themselves at all. And then when they feel powerless, or they feel like they can't change something, or, you know, I actually understand this person. I do. In my own way, I understand. Because maybe this is someone who's like, they're actually kind of mad at themselves because they're kind of at the phase where I wish I would have never even let you in. Whether they say that or not, deep down they're like, I wish I would have never let you in, because if you never get in, I never let anyone in, then they never get out. They never have the ability to hurt me or leave me. But that's what the fucking planet is about. None of us are here forever. You know how much pain it took me to get to that point in life? It's not being cold. It's not being a nihilist. It's not caring about anything. It's just the fucking truth. Nothing lasts here. Nothing at all. Nothing. We can store up all the treasures we want, right? Those type treasures, but it's what we discover in here and about ourselves that actually means something. It's nothing out here. Everything out here will go away. It will pass away. Everything is passing. And that's exactly what Muji says. Do we fall in love with a cloud? How long will this marriage last? Everything is passing. You ever looked at a cloud? This is all coming from Muji. But have you ever looked at a cloud and you're like, oh, that looks like a duck, or that looks like a dragon in the sky? And then all of a sudden, like, let's say you're driving, you get a little further down the road, or you could just be sitting somewhere, and it turns into something else or nothing at all. Still a cloud, but it looks like nothing. That's life. That's life. It's, you know, life imitates art. You've got that medicine I need. Why don't you be the medicine you need? Right? It's something like that. Someone being the medicine that they need. Being confident in themselves. They think they are. They want answers, but they have the answers. It's within them. I also feel like I don't think, for whoever this message is for, remember I told you I am picking up on another group of Aries. I think it's a smaller group maybe watching me where the person might be a little bit of a nightmare. But this one, I feel like they try to act with integrity. They're trying. I think they do understand the laws of karma. I think they do. I think they're trying not to think the way that they are, but they are. I also think there's something here, another lesson. There's like so many. It's probably overwhelming for this person because it's so much to see at one time. There's another lesson here needing to be seen by this person, and maybe even you. All these lessons could be the same. We could learn together. Is people, like telling too many people, and maybe it's their ego, because this is a card of ego. It is. It's also ego. It could be healthy ego in this way, but in reverse could be very negative. We all have ego. This could be someone who in their ego, they got very confident about the way something was, so they told a lot of people about it. And now that you've made a decision that has left them, it looks like out in the cold, or it's making them feel that way at least, abandoned. Is it possibly that their ego is getting to them and making them feel like, well, now everyone's going to laugh at me. What are they going to think? You know, deep down, is it possible? Because look at the people in the background talking. You're not in front of these people. This person is. This person has told this person about whatever situation was between the two of you in whatever way, even if they said good things. And now this has happened, and it's like, well, shit, you know, deep down, is it like an ego thing? Is it affecting their ego? You know, like there's people talking. They all talk about the two of you. That's crazy. Like, why are they even involved? This isn't about them. It's about you and this person. Something to do with the number 4. I don't know. This. I don't know what this is about. Somebody may wonder what you made a decision for. Why did you do that? Why? What is your reasoning? I really want to know, because he's holding his hand like this 4. Like 4. Look at that. Maybe it's because there's 4 people behind him. Maybe this person told up to 4 people something. Maybe it's that they're telling people right now about what's going on. that's also not good because everybody is spreading it and giving their opinions and this and that. And I don't know. I just feel like the main thing somebody wants to know is why. Like, I'm trying to be understanding. Like, I think that, but are they though? Because the Nine of Pentacles keeps coming out. It almost makes me feel like the person will be only understanding if it's something that has to do with something. Okay, how do I word that? I almost feel like, are they sure they'll be understanding? Understanding in all ways, or only in the way that would make you comfortable? Like, will you only be understanding about my decision, my calling, what I feel like destiny or fate is calling me to do, Wheel of Fortune? Will you understand that if it's something you wouldn't agree with? How much do you understand my decision? Because I feel like you're only understanding my decision if it fits the narrative that you have in your head, or the what we currently talked about, or how I currently or used to be, or something like that, right? Because this can be a very independent, solo person. The thing is there like stipulations here? And someone doesn't, I don't know if that's their intentions though. Like, I feel like this is a good person. I really do. But do they have stipulations for you? And they don't, maybe they don't mean to, but deep down they have stipulations. Like, yeah, I'll give you your space, or I'll understand, or this and that. Whatever this is, because you're showing up as the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Basically, like, there is something more. And I don't know what the more is. I don't know where the more is. Weather more. I have to weather more. I have to weather more situations. I have to weather more experiences without you. This is where I leave you, or this is where our paths fork. This is where I go my own way. Because I have to weather more experiences. It's kind of like when you rescue a pet, or you rescue a wild animal. I said a pet. Well, maybe you make it your pet, but at first you kind of rescue the animal and you help it, and hopefully you can nurse it back to life, or take it to someone who can, and you give it the medicine it needs. You give it the therapy it needs, the physical therapy, or the healing that it needs. And then one day it's entirely understandable to set it back out where it came from. But we as humans, and some of us more than others, I used to be this way, like big time, we can't let go. I think this is someone who's having a very hard time letting go, or even just maybe not that, but accepting, because judgment can be a card of acceptance. Accepting that you are an individual person and you have a right to make your own decisions. And sometimes there's a person may not be able to understand what decisions you make because they're not you. I still don't think this is a bad person. I don't. I just think the universe is working on them. And I think the universe is working on you. And you're kind of surrendering to it, whereas they're like, no, wait. No. Which, I get that, it's grieving. That just shows that they care, but also it shows that there's, it just depends, because, I don't know, the High Priestess. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. The High Priestess. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Six of Pentacles. I think this person, Ace of Swords, they want either confirmation, or they want some sort of better understanding or something like that. They want the truth. They want to know. before you make any actions or any decisions. Like, they feel that they deserve to know. Maybe in some situations they do. I don't know who this is to you. Is this your partner? Are you married? Is this, like, it depends on who this is. But they want to know. I think they want clarity. They feel like they deserve that. And it depends. It depends on the situation. So I can't tell you they do or don't. I don't know. How do you feel? Let's talk about that. How do you feel about you and this person? The Empress. You love this person. You do love them. But you know what else I see here with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Empress? It's kind of like, I don't want to have to need you. I don't want to have to be where I'm like, no, I want to need me. I want to be adequate for myself. Or if I already am, I want to continue keeping what I've built for myself and continue. Like, there's something here about you love them. You really love this person. It's the Empress. But there's this also aspect to it where something to do with zipper. Why does that look like zippers? Is zipper or zipper relevant for anybody here? Zipper? Zip recruiter? I love you, but what? Temperance. But I need you to understand. And then they would say, well, understand what? And it's like, I don't have the answers. Three of Wands, I gotta go. That's the only answer. I've got to do this, or I had to go. I had to do this. This is what I have to or had to do. Three of Wands is like, this is what I have to do. My stomach is so hungry. I had to feed myself something else. I have to feed myself something else. I have to. I don't know what to tell you. Like, sometimes in life you just get a nudge and you can't understand why. Or you get like a craving, like the Empress will get cravings because they're pregnant. You'll get cravings and you don't know why. And people, you ever seen my strange addiction? I should have been on that motherfucker with my hair dryer, you know, Medusa here. I literally name my hair dryers. And then when they go out, Medusa. When they go out, I get a new one. But I save them. That's some real addiction. But y'all know I have an addictive personality. Literally. That's why I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I'm very proud of that. I will always talk about that because I'm going to toot my own fucking horn. Do you know how hard it is to become sober after being an alcoholic, being born from addicts? Bitch. And smoke-free. Like, that is such a fucking... But I am an addict. I have an addictive personality, so I should have so been on that fucking show. I mean, I don't even know if they still have that show, but if they do, hey, my strange addiction, you can go ahead and just put me on there because I got some serious fucking problems. Like, what is that? What is the hairdryer thing? I mean, I fall asleep with that motherfucker. I'm getting better. I'm actually getting better, except for now I've gone to a heating pad. So I don't know if I'm getting better or I'm just addiction switching. Anyway, the Empress is a mother and is pregnant. Now, I'm not talking about with real life, but with, yeah, well, you know, taking on a new life, something like that. Anyways, so the Empress, like, imagine will get a craving for something and people will look at her, or, you know, the Empress kind of like, why are you craving bricks, bitch? Why are you craving the inside of a mattress, honey? You need to see, do you need to see a doctor? Are you deficient in some sort of vitamin? It's like, bitch, I don't know. If I am, then I'd probably not be eating a mattress, you know? And it's like, well, you should probably go to the doctor. Okay, you know, why am I craving? What else have I seen them eat? Like some weird, one woman ate her husband's ashes. I was like, that's interesting. That's some grieving right there. What else? I saw somebody eat the inside of a diaper. That about made me fucking throw up. But, you know, I got problems too. So, I mean, who am I? I can't judge her. Look at me. The fuck? Who does that? And I know it's weird. But anyway, there was like so many. One woman ate like laundry detergent. Wasn't it laundry? She ate the like powder stuff. She'd stick her finger in it. And I'd be like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like... I think one guy, he said he was addicted to his car. Now, those you can fake. But if I see you straight up eating your husband's ashes, or I straight up seeing you eat a mattress, then I know. Because you can be like, I'm in love with my car all day just to be on TV. I straight up have... Anybody who fucking knows me, I have literal scars, guys, on my body from falling asleep with a fucking hairdryer and it burning me. It's not good. I know how the... I was using my mom's hairdryer the other day. This is how bad it is. And I was like, your hairdryer is about to go out. She's like, how do you know? I said, because I know what it sounds like when a hairdryer is about to go out. Because she knows I have a problem. And I'm like, you probably have a couple of weeks left on this hairdryer. And it's going to go out on you. And sure enough, the motherfucker went out on her. And so we had to get a new one. And I said, I knew it. Told you. I knew it. You could also smell it too. Anyways, long story short, you're getting a craving for something or something called you elsewhere. Okay, now for others of you, just going to be honest. Some of you, by the looks of this may be for the smaller group of you. You may have actually left someone. I don't know why you left them, if it was for this reason. But you may have left someone for whatever reason. Maybe y'all didn't get along and they were delusional, because, right, we talked about that. And then you got with someone else. Or you married, because it's going to be a wife. Or you married someone else. That's fucking this person up. Or you are engaged already with someone else, or you're with someone else. They're losing their shit, okay? Literally losing their shit. Not doing well. Because that fucked them up bad, all right? But for most of you, I don't see that. I can't even tell what this is. You just got a craving. And it's a craving that's to them, what are you doing? What are you doing? And you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Leave me alone. I don't know. We are the children of the zodiac for a reason. I mean, sometimes we can just do shit, you know, and the adults will look at us like we're fucking crazy. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you, you know, you're trying to hold on to what you want me to be or live vicariously through me or even what I told you I was, but I'm ever changing. I'm a growing boy. I'm a growing girl. Okay? The sun, motherfucker. It's a kid on it. Am I yelling? It's a kid. I'm just excited. It's a kid. And the kid's like, I just want to be happy. I can't tell you why I want to do this or that. I'm just wanting to do it. You know? And it's like, but why though? And it's like, I don't fucking know. I'm not in your brain and you're not in my brain. I don't know. These are off my nuts. Just like Will Smith said. You know? Look, you might even get a little irritated, like, fuck off me. You know what I mean? This guy's like, look at his face. Just like, stop. Like, you know, it depends on how this person comes at you or whatever. Because Seven of Wands can be like somebody trying to attack you or demanding answers. They demand you explain yourself. They demand. But again, for a lot of you, I don't think they're demanding in a way of like, because they're shown up as the King of Swords. Or they're trying to do things right. They are. Although there's a side of them on the inside that kind of wants to be like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, the fuck did you do that for? You know? But, I don't know, if it comes off to you as if they're attacking you or maybe demanding or even like trying to ambush you with something, or you're gonna get fucking pissed. Don't let yourself get like that. I mean, do what you want. You know what I mean? Justice. Somebody feels like something's not right and it's really weighing on them, but I think they're failing to see the other side of things. And there's treasure to be found in those places. It would be the darkness of their own psyche, the darkness of their own mind, their own subconscious. But it's more about doing this to you and trying to figure it out here. But that's not where the answers lie. The Star. The answers lie with them, just like yours in this situation. All right, I'm going to go. I'm so freaking hungry. You can hear my stomach from over there. Like, I'm so freaking hungry. Okay, I'm gonna eat. I usually don't like eating whenever I read anyway though, because I can think more clear. So watch me get something to eat, and then I'm gonna come back and try to do a message. I'm gonna be fucking tired. Knock on wood. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Amen. Nope. So that's what we got, Aries. Whoever this is for, or cross watch it, reverse that if you need to. Some of you are like, this don't resonate. You never know. You never know. You never know. You ever find something or you receive some sort of a gift or whatever, and you're like, I'll never use this. I'll never use it. I don't need it. And then one day you end up needing it or, you know, using it. There you go. You never know. Stay open. All right, guys. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.